Stop scrolling. This isn't an accident. This video, this very moment, did not exist in your reality until your consciousness called it forth. You are here because a part of you, the deeper you, knows there is a more effortless way to create. For years you have been told to declare, I am wealthy, I am loved, I am healed. But what if I told you that this very act of declaration is the chain that keeps you tethered to the reality where you are not those things? Today we shatter that paradigm. By the end of this transmission, you will not just learn a new technique. You will remember a fundamental truth about your power as the observer, the truth of how the quantum field truly responds to your command. Have you ever felt like your affirmations are just words echoing in an empty room? Let me know in the comments. Before we proceed, you must understand the nature of the canvas you are painting on. This reality is not a fixed, solid stage where you are merely an actor. It is a shimmering, fluid quantum field of infinite potential. Think of it as an ocean of pure, unformed energy, holding every possible outcome, every possible version of you, every desire you have ever conceived. This field is not separate from you. It is the very fabric of consciousness itself, and it has one simple function: to mirror the truth you hold within. It does not respond to your pleas, your hopes, or your words of want. It responds to your state of being. The observer effect in quantum physics is not a passive act of looking. It is an active act of creation. The moment you, the conscious observer, place your focused awareness on a potential, you command that wave of possibility to collapse into a particle, into a tangible experience. You are not asking for a reality, you are choosing one. Let us first dissect the tool you have been given, the I am affirmation. On the surface, it seems powerful. It is a statement of being, but for so many, it becomes a source of profound frustration. Why? Because when you stand in a reality where your bank account is empty and declare, I am abundant, a conflict arises. Your conscious mind says one thing, but your subconscious mind, the gatekeeper to the quantum field, feels the discord. It feels the lack, it senses the lie, and it registers the effort. You are not stating a fact, you are trying to convince yourself of one. This act of convincing is a frequency of doubt. It is an admission that you do not currently possess what you are affirming. You are, in essence, shouting at the mirror, my reflection should be smiling, while your own face is contorted with the strain of forcing a smile. The mirror can only reflect what is. This internal conflict creates a state of energetic resistance. The universe, or the quantum field, does not hear the eloquent words, I am wealthy. It feels the underlying vibration of, I am not wealthy, but I desperately wish I were. This is the signal that gets broadcasted into the field of potential. It is a frequency of absence, a hum of longing, and because the field is an impeccable mirror, it faithfully reflects this absence back to you in the form of more lack, more waiting, more longing. You become trapped in a feedback loop of your own creation, where the more you affirm what you are not, the more you solidify the reality of not being it. It is a subtle but powerful trap, one that keeps you in the perpetual state of becoming rather than the powerful state of being. It is the hamster wheel of manifestation, full of motion but leading nowhere. Furthermore, the statement I am often implies a separation between you and your desire. It positions your desire as a quality or a thing that you need to acquire and attach to your identity, like a coat you put on. I and wealthy as a separate concept. But in the quantum view, there is no separation. You and your desire are one and the same energy. Your desire for abundance is the universe's way of experiencing abundance through you. When you say I am, you are often trying to pull that experience towards you from a distance. This creates a subtle, energetic chase. The true quantum leap occurs when you realize you are not trying to become abundant. You are simply remembering the version of you that already is abundance. It is not an acquisition. It is an awakening to a state that already exists as a potential within the field, a state that is already you. Now let us speak of the language the quantum field understands. It is not English or any human tongue. Its native language is frequency. It is the language of feeling, of assumption, of pure, unconflicted knowing. The field is like fertile soil. It does not judge the seed you plant. It does not care if you call the seed wealth or poverty. It only cares about the nature of the seed itself. Your deeply held assumptions, your dominant feelings, and your unwavering beliefs, these are the seeds. An I am affirmation, when spoken from a place of lack, is like a plastic seed. It looks the part, but it has no life force. It cannot germinate. The field does not respond to the label on the seed packet. It responds to the living vibrational essence of the seed itself. Your job is not to shout the name of the flower you want, but to become the energetic signature of the seed that grows it. The ultimate command you can give the quantum field is a quiet, internal assumption. To assume a state of being is to live mentally and emotionally from the reality of your wish already fulfilled. It is a silent, knowing confidence. It is the feeling you would have after your desire has manifested. Think about it. Once you are wealthy, you do not walk around all day repeating, I am wealthy, I am wealthy. You simply are. You think from the state of wealth. You make decisions from wealth. You feel the ease and security of wealth. This state of being, this lived-in assumption, is the most powerful signal you can emit. It is a clear, unwavering frequency that tells the quantum field, this is who I am now, this is the reality that is true. The field, having no choice but to mirror your state, begins to rearrange the world of shadow and form to match your new inner truth. It is crucial to understand this. The universe does not hear what you say, it feels who you are being. You can spend 8 hours a day chanting affirmations, but if you spend the other 16 hours of your day embodying the feeling of worry, frustration, and lack, which signal do you think is more powerful? Which seed is being watered? The field is a constant broadcast, and your dominant state of being is the frequency you are transmitting on. Your thoughts are the architects, but your feelings are the builders. A feeling is a thought that you have allowed to permeate your entire body. It is an embodied belief. Therefore, the work is not in the repetition of words, but in the cultivation of the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The true work is to become the person who no longer needs to affirm because they are too busy living the result. This is where we introduce a profound quantum key, the power of memory. What is a memory? On a physical level, it is a neural pathway in your brain. But on a metaphysical level, a memory is a collapsed reality. It is a potential that has been actualized and solidified into your experience. When you remember something, there is no doubt, there is no resistance. You do not try to convince yourself that you went to the beach last summer. You simply know you did. You can recall the feeling of the sun, the sound of the waves, the scent of the salt in the air. Your entire being aligns with the fact that it happened. This state of absolute certainty and sensory recall is the most potent creative state you can access. It is the frequency of done. It is the energy of a completed creation. The critical mind, the ego, is the primary source of resistance in manifestation. When you say, I am wealthy, the ego immediately scans your current reality and objects. No, you're not. Look at these bills. It creates an argument, but memory bypasses this critical faculty. When you frame your desire not as a future hope but as a past event, the ego is disarmed. It doesn't know how to argue with a memory. By using the mechanism of remembering, you are essentially time-traveling in consciousness. You are accessing a point on your timeline where your desire is not a future goal but a cherished experience from your past. You are stepping into the shoes of the future you, who is looking back on this moment with fondness, knowing that everything worked out perfectly. This act of remembering from the future short-circuits the entire mechanism of doubt. The feeling of already done is the master key that unlocks every door in the quantum realm. All resistance dissolves in the face of this feeling. All doubt is silenced. When you are in the state of knowing it is done, you stop looking for signs, you stop questioning the how and the when, and you stop meddling with the process. You are at peace. This peace, this Sabbath, is the most magnetic frequency you can emit. It signals to the universe that the order has been placed, and you are now simply awaiting a delivery you know is coming. The struggle ceases, the striving ends. You are no longer the frantic creator trying to force something into being. You are the serene receiver, allowing what is already yours by divine right to flow into your experience. This is the shift from effort to effortlessness, from force to power. And so we arrive at the command, the protocol, that speaks the native language of the quantum field. Instead of I am, you will begin to use the phrase I remember when. You are not going to lie to yourself. You are going to engage in the highest form of creativity, the creation of a future memory. You will sit quietly, close your eyes, and you will begin a statement with, I remember when, and complete it with the desire as if it has already happened. I remember when I was worried about money, and then that 6-figure contract landed in my lap. I remember when I felt so alone, right before I met the love of my life. I remember when the doctor gave me that scary diagnosis, and now I'm healthier than I have ever been. You say it not with hope, but with a gentle, nostalgic fondness. You are telling the story of your success from the finish line. Crafting your future memory is a sacred art. It requires you to be specific and to engage your senses. Do not just remember the event, remember the feeling. As you say, I remember when I first walked into my new home, feel the cool touch of the keys in your hand, smell the faint scent of fresh paint, see the way the sunlight streams through the windows, hear the echo of your own joyful laughter in the empty rooms, feel the overwhelming wave of gratitude and relief washing over you. It's finally mine. It's done. Immerse yourself in this sensory experience so fully that your body begins to believe it is a real memory. When your body chemistry changes, when you feel the goosebumps, when your heart swells with emotion, that is when you know you have successfully impressed the quantum field. You have planted a living seed. This is not a one-time mental exercise. It is a state you learn to inhabit. After you have crafted your memory, your work is to live from that memory. Throughout your day, when the old reality tries to assert itself, you gently smile to yourself and think, ah, yes, I remember when this was an issue. You treat your current problems as past events. You are looking at your old life through a rearview mirror. This creates a powerful energetic buffer. You are no longer reacting to your current circumstances. You are responding from the stable platform of your fulfilled desire. This is what it means to live in the end. You are not pretending. You are aligning with a reality that is just as real in the quantum field as the one you are currently experiencing. You are simply choosing to focus your consciousness there. Now let us examine the emotional signature of these two approaches. I am affirmations, when born from lack, carry the frequency of tension, striving, and neediness. It is the energy of a clenched fist trying to grasp something. It is a forward-leaning energy, always reaching, never arriving. It feels like work. It feels like effort. And any process that feels like a constant effort is rooted in the belief that what you desire is separate and difficult to obtain. This emotional signature of struggle is a powerful broadcast to the universe, which then dutifully provides you with more circumstances that require you to struggle. The feeling behind the words is everything, and the feeling of I am trying to be is fundamentally different from the feeling of I already am. Contrast this with the emotional signature of I remember when. What is the feeling of remembering a past victory or a moment of great joy? It is relief. It is gratitude. It is a gentle, expansive peace. It is the energy of an open palm ready to receive. There is no tension, no striving. It is a settled, grounded energy. When you say, I remember when I finally held my published book in my hands. The feeling is one of accomplishment, of completion, of profound gratitude for the journey. This cocktail of relief and gratitude is one of the highest frequencies you can embody. It is the frequency of a prayer already answered. It signals to the quantum field that the creative cycle is complete. This feeling is the Amen. It is the seal on the decree. It is the final word that makes it so. Your emotion is the fuel that collapses the wave function. A thought without emotion is merely a blueprint with no energy to build it. It is a neutral potential. But when you infuse a thought with the powerful, coherent energy of an elevated emotion, like the gratitude and relief from your future memory, you create a powerful electromagnetic signature. This signature radiates out from you into the quantum field. It is a signal that is both electric, thought, and magnetic, emotion. This signal seeks out and magnetizes its corresponding potential in the field. It finds the reality that matches your frequency and begins to draw it into your experience. You are not chasing the reality. You are becoming a magnetic beacon for it. The stronger and more coherent your feeling, the faster the manifestation. Let us revisit the observer effect with this new understanding. The field of all potential is a superposition of every possible reality, all existing simultaneously. There is a you that is sick and a you that is healed, a you that is poor and a you that is wealthy, a you that is lonely and a you that is blissfully in love. They are all equally real as potentials. You, as the conscious observer, are the one who chooses which of these potentials solidifies into your experienced reality. You do not create the potential, it already exists. You simply select it. You are not a writer starting with a blank page. You are a navigator with an infinite map, and your state of being is the coordinate you are choosing to navigate to. Every moment you are choosing your coordinates with your assumptions and feelings. When you are in the state of I am trying or I want, you are observing your reality from the coordinate of lack. Your observation is continuously collapsing the reality where your desire is still in the future. You are perpetuating the waiting game. However, when you shift your state of being to I remember when, you have quantum leaped to a new coordinate on the map. You are now observing reality from the destination. From this new vantage point, this new state of being, your very observation begins to collapse a different set of probabilities. The wave function of your life collapses around your new assumption. The how is not your concern. The universe, in its infinite intelligence, will orchestrate a series of events, synchronicities, and opportunities, what Neville Goddard called a bridge of incidents, to lead you naturally to the physical manifestation of your inner state. Certainty is the catalyst that hardens potential into fact. The I remember when framework is a direct path to absolute certainty. It is a Trojan horse that sneaks past the doubting sentries of your conscious mind and plants the flag of done directly into the fertile soil of your subconscious. Once your subconscious mind accepts a reality as complete, it moves heaven and earth to manifest it. Your subconscious controls your perceptions, your inspirations, your actions, and your vibrational frequency. When it is convinced your desire is a past event, it will filter your reality, highlighting the people and opportunities that align with that truth. It will give you inspired ideas and nudges to act in ways that are congruent with your new state. The entire process becomes automated. Your only job is to remain faithful to your memory. The world you perceive is nothing more and nothing less than a perfect holographic reflection of your inner state of consciousness. If you change the state, the reflection must change. It has no choice. It is law. Do not try to change the reflection in the mirror. It is a futile and exhausting endeavor. You must be the change you wish to see. When you feel poor inside, you will see evidence of poverty everywhere. When you assume the state of wealth, you will begin to notice opportunities and abundance that were invisible to you before. They were always there, but you were not tuned to their frequency. Your work is not to manipulate the outer world. Your work is to transform your inner world by embodying the feeling of your future memory. Assume the state, live from it, and watch as the world of shadows conforms to your light. Embodying this new reality is the final, crucial step. It is the integration of your memory into your moment-to-moment existence. How would the person who has what you desire walk? How would they talk? How would they feel as they make their coffee in the morning? They would not feel anxious or needy. They would feel calm, confident, and grateful. Begin to adopt this posture of fulfillment now. When you catch yourself worrying, gently remind yourself, "Oh, that's right. That's already been resolved. I remember when that used to be a problem." You are practicing the art of being the new you before the evidence appears. This is faith in its most potent form. You are not waiting for reality to give you permission to feel good. You are giving reality a new blueprint to follow based on the good you have chosen to feel first. The ultimate revelation is this: you are not a body in a reality. You are the consciousness that illuminates reality. Past, present, and future are not a fixed line you are traveling upon. They are simultaneous potentials in the quantum field, and you are constantly selecting your experience with your focus and your feeling. You have been taught to chase a future that is always just out of reach, but your power lies in your ability to rewrite your past and remember your future. Stop affirming what you want to be. Start remembering who you have already decided to become. The struggle was never necessary. The power was always in your state of being. Thank you for allowing your consciousness to receive this transmission. If this resonated with the truth within you, subscribe to become a conscious creator and like this video to anchor this new awareness. And now, to seal this new command into your being, write in the comments below, "I remember when my reality shifted." And as you write it, feel it. What future memory are you choosing to activate today? Share the feeling of it below. You are the observer. You are the creator. It is done.